In this class, we'll be seeing some more um, things of a little of about grammatical matters. So why I think I remember in the beginning I told you that I'm not going to take you into too much grammar, but I can't help. Okay, I can't help because there are certain things that you have to understand. Mm, so again, the purpose of this course, as we have discussed already, it is the beginning of a lifelong journey. So maybe some of you may be interested in studying Bible deeper. So which will be, you will have a good basic knowledge of Hebrews from this class. So please bear with me and try to follow with me so that we will not have much confusion on this. Right. So today we will talk a little bit about syllables. I think, okay, I think I am also teaching the other class, so it is a little bit confusing whether I gave this example. So, what do you mean by syllable? Syllable is how we divide a word, right? How we divide a English word or any other word. Even in every language, we have these syllables. So the syllables helps us to pronounce the word easily, right? So for example, two, the word English word two, do we have any syllable in that? No, we don't have. This is two. We don't say it, wo. We will not divide, right? We will not divide. It is simply a single syllable word two. But so anthem, anthem, okay, this is a English word. So here we divide two syllable anthem. Father, right? Father, we usually divide this into two syllables. So these are syllables. So this is how we divide words and for to help us in uh, pronunciation. So in Hebrew, every syllable has every syllable begins with consonant. Okay, in English that doesn't it doesn't have to be in that way, right? English we have vowels a, e, I, o, u, and we just saw that sometimes even the word starts with e and a, e, I, but in Hebrew it doesn't happen. So every time you will always have a consonant. You will not always get you will not get vowel in the beginning. So so usually it's the structure will be like consonant plus vowel, consonant plus vowel. So for example, here you have, here is a consonant and here is a vowel, right? Here is a consonant and here is a vowel. What is that? That is sha, right? That is this is what? Shin. So and this is comments, right? That is with the awesome. So that is sha. That is the that is this is a normal pattern, and there is another normal pattern is consonant plus vowel plus consonant, consonant plus vowel plus consonant. The example is, so what is this? This is thou, right? Thou, t, and that is here. that is here, and here is sheen. What is this? Tish. Tish. Okay, this is sha, tish. So here, what we are trying to see is, here we have consonant, vowel, consonant. Here consonant, vowel. This is how the syllables, the Hebrew has a syllable structure. And you know, when you divide Hebrew word into different syllables, it usually helps us to read easily the words. Let us see some examples. So what is that? H, it is height, right? It is H, A, and again, and sorry. So I hope you remember as that I think in the last class we were talking about the final Sade. Okay, I hope you might have seen this uh, chart. I have given you the chart. So how do we read it? Ha-a-rets. Ha-a-rets, right? Ha-a-rets. So if we have seen two structure, consonant, vowel. So if you take that, firstly, consonant and a vowel, right? Here is a consonant and a vowel. So this makes one syllable. And I don't know whether the video is clear to you, or is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, fine. The next is,
Excuse me, sir.
yes,
This last sentence, last word, TS, TS, use TS, Sade, this letter,
this one.
last,
Th-
this one.
that is Sade, but in
Yes,
the transliteration is yes, yes with a dot downside. So if you check with your table, you will understand.
yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So we have seen already the first, a consonant and a vowel. A consonant and a vowel. Here this is resh and a vowel. Here consonant, a vowel and a consonant. So now if you try to divide in this way, it will be helpful. Ha, a, reds. Ha, a, reds. Okay, so this if you understand the concept of syllables, this will be very helpful for you to read Hebrew easily. Let us see some more examples. So what is that? This is Tate and it is Hirek. Here, your. So here you should be careful. This is not your. Okay, if this is a consonant your, I mean this is your, but this is not a consonant your. So if this is a consonant your, there should be a vowel here. Because there is no vowel, you should take this as here. You should consider this as what? Here your. This should be taken as whole vowel, right? I hope you remember that you should remember that. And what is this? Yeah, that's dalit. Since there is no dot inside, we should write it in with a small dash. What is this? Tha mid. Tha mid. Okay, tha mid. Well, so yeah. So now how we divide? This is how we divide, right? A consonant and a vowel. A consonant, vowel, and a consonant. Tha mid. Tha mid. So this is how you read. This is how you try to read the Hebrew words. With one more example, then we go further. Yeah, maybe we'll take the other one. So now, what is this? This is sheen, right? If you have it on the right side, it is sheen. So we will write it as. And what is this? This is holum vowel. This dot is a holum vowel, and there is a vowel, so it is a holum vowel. So it is a long vowel, and this is main, and this is segol, right? This is segol. This E and okay. Now show, what is that? Show merit. Show merit. Show merit. Right? Show merit. Now we will divide a vowel, sorry, I mean a consonant and a vowel. Show and a consonant and a vowel merit. Okay, show merit. Right? Show merit. So try to understand syllables, so that will help you to read easily. Now, when the shava comes, along with the syllables and shava, syllables and shava. So when the shava comes, firstly, in most of the cases, when there is a shava, the shava indicates the end of the syllable. For example, we will see. So what is that? You all know that, right? Israel, Israel. So whenever the shava comes, I should put C. So whenever the shava comes, it actually indicates the end of the syllable. So Israel, Israel. Okay, Israel. And when yeah, maybe we will. I don't know whether we have time. Yeah, let us go further. Also, maybe I will write it here. end of syllable. So tells about the end of the syllable. And the second is when the seva appears at the beginning of a word, it is a syllable by itself. When the seva appears at the beginning of a word, it is a syllable by itself. Example. So here be ti, okay, be ti. So here we have what is this beit, right? Shava and b since it is without anything, without a dot, and here sere, right? And here a cure. So be beti. So here the seva, if it comes in the beginning, that is itself a syllable. So you don't have to consider the next. So please keep this in your mind. It should be, it should come only by practice. Okay, you cannot memorize things, and you cannot keep this like a formula for maths. But this will come only in practice, only when you regularly use this, right? Okay. And one more. So when two Sheva comes, I think even last time I was telling you, when two Sheva comes, the second is the vocal Sheva. So the second Sheva will be the syllable. The second Sheva will be a syllable by itself. Let me give an example. Right. So here we have two Sheva. What is how do we read this word? Tik the Tiktevi. 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 I told you the Shava will have a small E sound. So here, the first syllable is a consonant, a vowel, and a consonant. Since Shava is there, so it stops there. The second syllable is a consonant and a Shava. And here is the third syllable. Tiktevi. So this is how you read this word. So I hope you are getting the point. So wherever you keep these rules, yeah, this will help you to find read Hebrew words easy. Okay, and sometimes the vowels act differently. Sometimes the vowel act differently. So let us see some example. Uh, you can put it as the title as what? Odd vowels. Odd vowels. I mean the different way of vowel sounding. So last letter, when the last letter is height, okay, when the last letter is height, so uh, if the vowel, if you get a vowel patak, okay, if you get a vowel patak along with that word, So the sound will be little different. For example, so what is this word? We know this is resh and this is surak, right? This is surak, and what is this? This is height. And so what happens? We usually read what ru ha, right? Ru ha, ru ha. That's what we read. But here is the difference. Whenever the vowel comes along with this kind of this word, I mean usually comes under height, the patha. We should not read ru ha. Instead, we should read ru ah. Okay. Ruach, Ruach, Ruach. What is mean by Ruach? It is spirit, the spirit of God or something. So that is what the formula that you should remember uh, in reading, right? Um, and let me give some more example. So that is what seen. We have, we can say yes, and patak, and here is bait, and here is sere, and here again we have hate. Okay, well, how do we read? Sabeya, right? Here is actually we have a dog is, so it should be doubled. Sabe, Sabeha. This is not Sabeha, but this is Sabeya. It means yeah. Okay, I think it will be a little difficult for you to see. Sabe ah. So it should not be sabe ha. It should be sabe ah. You should read the vowel first and then the consonant. Sabe ah. Right. So that's one thing to remember. So when you are um, progressing, when you start reading vocabularies, then you will start to understand these things. And sometimes I think other things are not needed. Now let us talk a little bit about dogish. Dogish. So we were already learning. We were already looking at dogish, but we still didn't name that. Okay, I didn't name that. So the dogish is the dot. Okay, the dogish is a dot comes at the center or somewhere closer to the some of the letters um, some of the letters in the alphabets, and there are some letters that has a impact on this target. Those letters are okay. We know this is Beit, Gimel, Dalet, Kaf, Pe, and Tet, right? So these letters called Beged Kefet letter. Beged Kefet letter. Why we call that? This is to remember Beged Kefet letter. Um, especially these three letters, Beit, Kaf, and Hey. Only these three letters will change change their pronunciation when the dagesh is inside. So dagesh means this dot inside. So this dot comes along with this letter, and the rest of the letters continue to be the same. Um, but usually we have to be more concentrating on these three letters. Okay? Eight, Kaf, and Hey. So, I think I was also explaining you when we were learning about alphabets. You keep that in mind. Okay, fine. Yeah, I think we don't need to put much of emphasis on these aspects. And something about this Beget Cafe. So usually, whenever the baguette cafe comes at the beginning, okay, whenever the baguette, this letter comes at the beginning of a word, it usually takes dagesh. Okay, it usually takes dagesh. So at beginning takes dagesh. Okay, these letters at the beginning takes dagesh. So yeah, I can give you some examples. Okay, bayit, bayit is house, and gadol. Please don't worry about that. Gadol, so that is great. Gadol means great. Yeah, we have other plenty of letters, but usually it takes, usually it has this dagesh whenever in the beginning of the word. Yeah, I think that's all for this week. So uh, you will get some homeworks based on this, and those who are not doing your homework, I hope you can follow up with us and try to finish it on time. So that's all I have for this class. Do you have any doubts now? You may ask.